Game 6, we expected a tight battle, but did you expect a 7-1 final here?
No, we didn't. It's kind of funny they started out so quick and they got the first one and it kind of looked like it was going to be a long, hard night and then we just got a couple. And it's funny in a series how sometimes they go in and we got that lead in the first and then we got one real early in the second on Fax's line was a big one and then they got one to start the third. So we got a couple breaks on those ones, but it was great to win the series.
Can you talk about Faxa, who he hadn't scored yet, but he got 2 tonight, and that line was really effective.
They were so good. They were really good the whole series. Like, they made a big difference. Guys commented here, the first 2 games how good they were, and then on the road you don't get your matchup. And I was able to play them against their top lines, and that says a lot about the line. So they did a real good job. I thought Faxa, I thought Stransky's played real good, and I thought Hulek stepped in and played well too. But they were real big for us, as big as any part of the game.
To get Richie back tonight and what he was able to do, can you just comment on that?
Yeah, he's a big body. He skated really well. He looked real fresh. I was worried coming in because he hadn't been on the ice for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. So I was worried. I didn't know where he'd be at, but he was real good.
Do you obviously feel good about every goal, but did you feel a little better about how rewarding those fourth line guys with how close they've been? Obviously, they've been working hard, but they've hit posts. They've had great saves against them. A little more nice emotional boost for them.
Yeah, it was. And you always want to, like he's played so hard. Like the whole line's played hard, and like you said, for them to get rewarded was big. And it was huge for the team because the team knows how important that line is, and we just really needed them to play well, and they did.
You said you wouldn't be surprised if it went 7. I think you meant games. You didn't mean goals, right?
No, that's always a tough thing when you're there, and like. You have to prepare. You got to prepare for 7. You got to want to win it in 6, and you prepare as hard as you can in 6. But if it goes 7, it's not a surprise. So that's the way we're approaching it. And fortunate for us, we don't have to play 7.
Pretty happy with your ability to move a guy like Dustin Jeffrey to the center position without Justin Dowling and get production from him.
Yeah, he played real good. Like he plays better in the middle. He made a big difference there when he came in. So. He's a big reason too. Look at his last 2 games. He played well, and that was real important.
Kind of obviously against a team he played for 2-3 years ago now, but kind of what you expected out of Derek Meach when you signed him when he came back to North America. Just were these the type of things you expected out of him when that signing was made? Yeah,
he's a real good leader. I knew him from junior. I knew he was a real good person. I knew he was a real good team player, and the thing I didn't know about him was how much he wants to win and how competitive he is, and. He brings both those things to us. Like he wants to win. He just doesn't want to play and see what happens. He wants to win, and he's had experience winning. So it was good to get him in our room, and he helped us.
Just any final thoughts, kind of on the matchup? A lot was made of this being a matchup between you and Jeff Blashill, and 2 guys who could be behind NHL benches in the future. And just thoughts on the way that his teams play and what his guys were able to bring.
He had a long year. He had a lot of injuries this year. He's a really good coach. He's really smart. He's classy. Like he just does lots of good things, and they're ready every time we play them. Like every game, they're ready and they play hard. And he made some adjustments after the first 2 games that helped him in games 3 and 4. And he's just a good coach, and I knew that, and I expected that from him. And and not just systems-wise, he just coaches the right way. They play hard, and it's tough for him to lose because he puts so much into the game. But I'd rather have it that way right now. But he's a great coach.
When you were able to win the first elimination game and not have to go to that game 7, how much does it help you in sort of regrouping for the next round?
It helps just because you get beat up. If you have to play another game, another guy gets injured, somebody gets banged up, you're just tired. So that's the biggest thing. This series helped us a lot. Like to get better, you have to get pushed, and this series really pushed us. Like we went in and we're a better team now than we were at the start of this series. So they've had the experience from the playoff run last year. This is our experience, and what we had to go through in this series helped us.